Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Rules 1 replay. Bottom left side as the Panzer Elite, we have Rhaegar. Bottom right side as the other Panzer Elite player, we have Endeffektdelirium. I have no idea how to pronounce this now. And looks like they're speaking in foreign. German likely. Up here we do now have an intersection pushing forward. We got the DibleBritsDibleBloob, and as the other British player, we have DibleBritsDibleRoos. Mortar. I think mortar here, so I'm assuming that's going to be a mortar half track. They're Panzer Elites, so they can't deploy a standalone mortar, or maybe they're talking about engaging a potential mortar placement. It is double Panzer Elite versus double Brits. Of course, got Panzer Grenadiers being employed on now. Both players have a Cutting Grad. They probably don't need to go for any additional Cutting Grads. One of them could go for Luftwaffe ground forces simply for the stealth spotters. Can be very nice. And now do you have some G43 squad on the field? Looks like I got two squads G43s, one for each of the Panzer Elite players. And I got the Scope Rifle squad behind some heavy cover there. If you take a look at this potential engagement, there are only two windows inside this house, so that means only two of those models will fire, but that would be the two models of G43s. Now the intersection facing forward, of course they're going to be out of supply, so they move nice and slow. Or not so nice and slow. Intersection have captured up the center of the map there. Unless this place is about to get overran by these forces. You may just want to keep these Panzer Grenadiers maybe back to this heavy cover, though if they get inside this garrison, there's 5 covers right there. I have no idea what they're saying there. This one's not being captured up will help increase the movement speed there. Both the Scope Rifle squads have pushed forward, relatively. Now over here, you've got the intersection trying to engage this Grad. He's decapturing this point there, making these guys move nice and slow. And now you have the Lieutenant now pulling the view. Intersection now inspired by the Lieutenant to run. Panzer Grenadiers are being heavy cover there. The Grad trying to push them forward, trying to push these guys around. Still got some small arms fire over here. They're not inside the garrison, so avoiding a lot of additional fire. The Panzer could both get those Panzer Grenadiers could get inside the garrison, and then focus down, say, this squad along the flank, and then hit this squad here. Section pushing way forward. Panzer Grenadiers behind some light cover now. And the Panzer Grenadiers are receiving a bit of fire there. The Cutting Grad does knock around all the forces, including his own Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. It does have the squad behind heavy cover there, getting some shots on these intersections. This Cutting Grad could eventually finish off the capture of that munitions one. It was pretty close to being fully captured. This Cutting Grad has received lots of small arm fire there, now receiving some repairs. And the G43 squad may want to eye for the suppressive fire ability there. Cutting Grad had received a tap of the wrenches, so it's above 0 health. The Cutting Grad does go down. Best to use a broken Tika to recover it. This Panzer Grenadier squad will need to fall back sooner or later. We got HQ command trucks both pulled out right there. This one's on this munitions sector. This one's on this munitions sector there. So it looks like the Brits are eyeing for heavy munitions. Do not got a comp group company deployed out by one of the Panzer Elite players. The other one has gone for a comp group company.
Forward supply lines are broken.
And the slit trench is starting to be deployed on out. Panzer Grenadiers in a soft shooting way. I have trouble dealing with these infantry sections. There is Lieutenant inspired the Scope Rifle squad. Over here, got the Panzer Grenadiers in some heavy cover there, trying to engage these infantry sections who are not in cover whatsoever. I've got 3 infantry sections here. Panzer Grenadiers going to receive a lot of fire, but of course they don't have a better position. Infantry sections models are just dancing their way forward. Some of them are getting the light cover there. Wow, look at that dance forward. Now I got the Lieutenant even firing away as well. The Lieutenant did not get that kill. Over here, we do now have another solution being employed on field, and mortar half track being employed on now. Mortar half track, pretty close range shot. It could be very, very accurate right here. Finds a good splash hit there. Now I've got 2 Panzer Grenadiers in this region. Both these Panzer Grenadiers are quite wounded. May want to focus on the 3-man squad rather than the 4-man squad. G43 squad could suppress one of these forces. Panzer Grenadiers are still firing away from a good position. More half-track does roll a miss there. The lieutenant is trying to support these forces. Does lose a G43 squad right there. Mortar firing a very close range shot once again. And he just wiped out a squad, didn't he? Because he had 3 squads there, right? Or maybe it was just the 2. Grenadiers now falling back. Got a lot of infantry sections here. 4 infantry sections. Jeez. Have heals. So I'm guessing saying the base HQs are getting. He's getting forward healing there. Oh, maybe he said have healed. He has a heal. Two now being employed on the field. Oh, got a lot of infantry sections advancing forward. 3 of them here. The scope rifle squad is a bit wounded. And a grab pushes way forward. 2-2 now deployed on the field. They'll help engage these infantry sections. I don't see any infantry support trucks deployed on the moment, so this 2-2 has a lot of room to fire. And you've got now the camouflage ability there, so this player has gone for Luftwaffe ground forces. Big wave and sections here. It looks like there's 2 lieutenants here as well. 2-2 now engaging this intersection here. Needs to push a little bit farther forward. Use the wall as a backdrop. With 2 intersections here, these intersections can do some decent work. Across the 2 Panzer Grenadiers here, he did lose his G43 squad. He may be trying to replace his forces with some Luftwaffe ground forces or maybe some Fallschirmjägers. Over here, got a lot of intersections pushing forward. That's likely they're going to be infantry HQ truck, field support truck. Now I do have a Bren squad upgraded here. And these Panzer Grenadiers are in sector, so they're getting some good heals there. This one does drop a model. Now do got a 2-2 now another 2-2 deploy on the field. This 2-2 has the ability to fire there. So as these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers does use suppressive fire ability there. And we got double lieutenant for both of these Brits. And both of these Panzer Grenadiers are falling back. We're seeing a bit too much fire there. Mortar half-track would be quite good in this region. Kaliningrad is trying to get plinked away. In this intersection is trying to soft retreat away. Kaliningrad camouflaging forward. Mortar half-track still in the region. Now we do have a Panzer Support Command. Maybe going for Panzer IV C. Maybe going for light AT track. Probably light AT track. Can go for light TF track and then into Hetzer if he's he's come for Luftwaffe ground forces. This person is an unknown doctrine at the moment. Let's cruise through the Brits. Let's see what doctrines we have. We do see 1.5 command points. I think he may have selected a doctrine. I think there are at least 2 command points now.
Supply lines are broken. We have a
this Brit has 2 command points here. Unlikely he has selected doctrine himself. Receive a deadly hit there by the mortar half track. Full retreat now being employed on out. Very nice. These 2 now push way forward. And he's saying, I think he's saying charge and focus on the LTs. These guys do fall back. These guys are getting healed on up. Where's infantry support truck? We do got an infantry support or field support truck there, but currently not deployed.
German forces
I do not see an infantry support truck for this player. It is actually way over here. It does find some autocannon fire. And now do got a sapper squad being employed on the field. We've got hero trucks being activated. There's not a full heal on these squads or nor fully reinforced. That's sapper across the field going for some PS, more half track. And the 2-2 needs to focus on the sappers. Does stay out of the Kaliningrad there. Grenadiers are inside this garrison. For arc charge activated, these guys are going to be moving slowly, making them easy pickings for the mortar half track. 2-2's now advancing forward, trying to fire some rounds there on the field support truck. Another sapper's being pulled around the field. Left side got the infrastructure pushing forward since his teammate has.
Sector under attack.
He's supporting his teammate. He's going to be a little bit overrun. Now do got a Panzer truck. Goes to the Panzer truck, rolls a miss on the static target.
Jerry's hitting one of our forward sectors.
Now do got double Panzer truck deployed on the field. And this is the same player who's not selected adoption just yet as well, so he could go for Tank Hunter without number of Penstreks if needed, if you got some Volkstrom Jaegers not on the field. I think I was saying deploy a healing HQ there. Something about Panzerschrecks. Get more Panzerschrecks, maybe? Yeah, the field support truck is quite nice. He still has 2 PS saps in the field, so they have counter to the 2-2s, at least this player. Though right now he is still a bit vulnerable to mortar half track. He's just blobbing around everywhere, so mortar half track could get some great shots there. Pens Grenadiers and Volkstrom Jaegers are holding line, but they're getting overran. I think this player's going for the forward HQ, and the forward HQ is almost complete. Pens Grenadiers squad's forced to fall back. He just narrowly supports. Volkstrom Jaegers trying to skirt around the far side. Does get the forward HQ up there now. Same has a pair of Pens Grenadiers here. Suppressor needs to use one of the suppressive fire ability there. 2-2's not firing away. There is a single Piet Spapper over in this direction. Fortune makes Duke inside the garrison. Still needs some reinforcements there. And now the intersections are just swarming on in, but they're getting whittled down mostly. Not doing all too great. Do not light the track here. Nice. Good idea to get it out early. Ooh, Piets get double damage into crit there. More tracks falling back out of the region. Trying to need to focus down some of these PS tappers there. The outbred players in full retreat. This one is heroically charging forward. This is the one with the damage to the engine. There's still the PS squad in this region. And Duke got a booby track there, so the other player has gone for Scorched Earth. As is trying to stop these forces. Does roll and miss there on the armor car there. Gets another damage engine crit there. So it really has a damage engine. Now we've got a full retreat now. May receive quite a bit of damage from retreat. Panzer Corps command has been pulled out.
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
Let's see. Do have a field support truck here. Okay, that's the one he redeployed.
The enemy is
rebuilt. This one up here is, let's see, this is this one. Going for some sappers. They could use a bow first, help secure the region. Prevent them getting overrun by light vehicles, but they have a good number of Piets.
Front's shifting. Jerry's overrunning one of our sectors.
More sappers now being employed out on the field.
Capture complete.
And scope rifle does capture the VP. Field support truck now packing hard being deployed, trying to secure up this fuel point. Which also probably not necessarily meant for the fuel income, but may just want that there just to help make sure they can move around a bit more freely without an officer nearby. Volkstrom Jaeger and Panzer squad engaged in close range. The twos push way forward, receiving some fire there. Volkstrom Jaeger still have plenty of health and they have double accuracy already. And now we do have, looks like officer artillery there, so it looks like one of them has gone for royal artillery. Volkstrom Jaegers do go ahead and full retreat. Was that officer artillery? That seems like only like 3 rounds came down. Am I mistaken? Maybe. Because I would assume more rounds will rain on in. These forces are charging forward, trying to overrun these forces. And it looks like one of these armor cars will go down. The other one gets a main gun destroyed crit. Light TF track still in the region. As Grenadiers are still running engaged. We've got a STG squad as well. Both squad does go down. Another light asset does get destroyed. They could use a Burgundiga to recover some of this stuff, including this Kettengrad. Now squad of Volkstrom Jaegers being pulled on the field. Light iron for some SG-42s. Mortar half track gets some good hits there. Now I've got these forces falling on back. There's a good damage there. And plus, the dude got a good number of Panzer tracks to help destroy some of these HQs. And there's a bit of heavy cover for them to utilize as well right there. Mortar half track charging way too far forward, receiving some Piet fire. I think those Piets actually were firing misses. Do have, of course, the STG squad falling back slightly. Volkstrom Jaeger squads are now advancing on forward. Let's see if this one's being upgraded to FG-42s. He just needs a bit more munitions for it. Patrick does get a good hit there on the casualty clearing station there. A lot of these sections are starting to get apart. We may want to use the forward healing ability just to get these guys top of health, but right now they're starting to get annihilated. Alright, good force over here as well. Let's have a casualty clearing station there. Looks like one of the sappers or Tommies do go down. We'll see one on this Vulcan Jaeger without any sort of weapon upgrade. Except both of those intersections as well. So this player has lost quite a bit of infantry. He has one intersection with Scope Squad. Does lose the lieutenant as well. Down to one last lieutenant. And now the Vulcan Jaeger is still pushing forward.
Sector under attack.
There is drop PF there, or Bren squad, or Bren gun, so anything could pick that up.
We have a secured sector under attack.
And it's good if they're on the infantry field support truck.
Jerry's hitting one of our forward sectors.
As Grenadiers are soft trading out of this region, we got these forces here. A couple Panzer squads trying to help push some of these structures. This Scope squad does get forced on back. This Brit appears not selected the doctrine just yet.
Just got the green light to avert creeping barrages.
Or never mind, he has access to Royal Artillery. They may have both gone for Royal Artillery at this point in time. This one has gone for Scorcher, the other one has gone with both ground forces. This one, I'm not sure what doctrine selected. I think that maybe both Royal Artillery. Need some shots there. Got these forces engaged behind the heavy cover there, does fall back. British HQ truck is a little bit wounded. Guys, Grenadier squad holding the line. These guys hold the Pension squad over here to help engage this forward HQ. Now it's asking for his teammate to go for Panthers, or he's getting Panthers. Now these forces starting to overrun the HQ command truck to throw some PFs there. HQ command truck is almost down. Infantry forces moving around. And there goes infantry command truck. Or the HQ command truck. So now he needs to rebuild that. He, I believe, does have a four truck. He does have one right here, but could go down itself. Incendiary mortar running on in. Regular mortars running on in. Getting some serious damage all across this front line. We got a casualty clearing station here trying to heal up all these forces. Mortar half truck up to 35 kills, which is actually a significant amount. But as he's saying, the Vulcan Jaeger. The Vulcan Jaeger also has 35 kills as well. That's pretty good. Brits heavily pushed infantry. And now you got a lot of PNC here trying to engage the Panthers. And looks like the British forces have backed out of the game now. This is Great saying thank you for watching and on to next replay.